Hello, this is Wenda O'Neill from O'Neill Artworks and Lightbox SVG, and today I'm going to show you how to make this adorable standing lamp. It's an SVG that I sell on my Etsy shop and on my website, and it is resizable, so it's perfect for those do-it-yourself and miniature book nooks. First, I'm just going to show you how you would upload it. Once it's downloaded, you browse to the file that you downloaded, select the standing lamp SVG, and voila, it comes right into Design Space. You'll see that there are two different colors. That's because the pink is the lampshade and the other parts are the base. By default, the base is about 2.5 inches tall. So I would say completely assembled, it's about 3 inches tall, but you can easily resize it and make it smaller or taller. Now let's take a look at actually building the pieces once they've been cut. You can see that I've cut the stand portion out of a kind of metallic cardstock and the lampshade portion out of something that looks more like fabric. The first thing we're going to do is take a look at the things that need to be round. I'm going to use this screwdriver to put a curve in the paper before I glue it. I'm going to also use two kinds of glue today, Aleene's tacky glue, which I like and don't like. And I'm going to try for the first time Best Test paper glue. The thing that I like about the paper glue is it really doesn't change the paper at all. But what I don't like is that it's not tacky. It doesn't stick at all initially like the tacky glue does. The problem I don't like about the tacky glue is that it really makes a mess. So if I'm using very shiny metallic cardstock, the Aleene's tacky glue makes a mess. This is the base now. So first I've put a curve into the cardstock because I need it to be round and I don't want it to have any of those hard corners in the roundness. And I'm just bending down all of the tabs. These are going to need to be bent down much easier once I make it round. So I'm going to use my little ruler. I'm going to really pinch them in so that they have that bend. Now I'm going to glue it into its circle. And because the circle is big enough for me to fit a clip in, I'm going to use this paper glue because I like the end result better than the Aleene's tacky glue. Aleene's tacky glue is easier to hold something in place more quickly, but it is not as nice as this paper cement. Now this is the stand, so I also need to put a little bit of a curve in it to make it easier to fold because essentially I want this to be a very small, tight column. So I'm just sort of breaking down the fibers of the cardstock a little bit so that I can get this into a really tight, very rigid column. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now I need to really make it tight and get some glue in there. And I am going to use the tacky glue for this because I really feel like that is going to more quickly hold it in place. But I will need to just sit here and hold this so that it doesn't unravel at all, so that it really just looks like a piece of metal, like the stand of a lamp, essentially. Now I'm going to insert the inside of the lampshade. Look at how nice that paper cement does. There's no discoloration, there's no gloppiness. It's just really nice and tight. But I'm still going to use Aleene's for this centerpiece because it goes inside. It doesn't really matter if it gets a little bit messy. And like I said, it's tackier, quicker. So it kind of holds in place a little bit faster. And I like that. So I just want to put that in there as flat as possible because you're going to be gluing the center stand to this flat surface that you've just inserted into the lampshade. And while that's drying, let's take care of creating our stand. Now you can either put a bead of glue on the tabs that you've bent down, or you can do what I'm doing right here, which is put a bead of glue on the underside of the base. And look how nice that fits. So I just want to really pinch that in and get that nice and tight because I want it to look like metal. I want it to look like a living room floor lamp, right? I really want it to look nice. And that's it. That's essentially it. Now we're just going to glue the pieces together. I'm just going to put a little glue on the inside so that when I stick the pole through this hole, it will have a little something to glue it in when it dries. But you can see that this cardstock really nicely just simply fits that hole. And I'm going to put a bead of glue on the underside of the lampshade. Now, because I want this to be sturdy, I do need to hold that for a bit. And look how lovely that is. This is the standing lamp that we literally just made. And you can see it's about 3.5 inches tall. Let me show you a standing lamp that I made that's smaller than that from the same pattern. And this is really the part that I love about using cardstock and using my Cricut, because look at this lamp. This is only 3 inches tall. I know. It really is just so much fun and so exciting to be able to make these miniature book Nook or do-it-yourself miniatures on my Cricut with cardstock. And because there are so many wonderful patterned cardstocks out there, the sky's the limit. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please make sure to comment below and like my videos.